What's worse than failing? Knowing you could have succeeded, but you just didn't try. In a medium filled with protagonists who train until they collapse, there exists a different kind of character, a genius who dominates with minimal effort. His name, Seishiro Nagi. The irony? Nagi doesn't even like football, he finds it troublesome. This is a guy who'd rather be playing mobile games, who thinks sloths have the right idea about life, maximum reward for minimum effort. Yet somehow he became Blue Lock's brightest star, and then watched as that star crashed and burned. His story is the most fascinating rise and fall in sports anime. A player who went from being valued at 88 million yen to being cut from the program entirely and become an employee at McDonald's. Unlike typical sports anime protagonists, Nagi had zero interest in football until his late teens. His defining characteristic? Complete apathy toward everything. But beneath this laziness was extraordinary natural talent. This raw ability caught the eye of Ryo Mikage, a wealthy, ambitious student with dreams of winning the World Cup. Ryo essentially bribed Nagi into playing with promises of an easy life, and Nagi agreed simply because being with Ryo wasn't too much trouble. Even with zero passion, Nagi immediately dominated. His touch was perfect. His shots were unstoppable. After just 6 months of playing football, he was invited to Blue Lock, Japan's ruthless training program designed to create the world's greatest striker. Everyone who saw him play knew this lazy teenager could be something special, if only he actually cared. In Blue Lock, Nagi and Ryo were placed on Team V. Their chemistry was lethal, Ryo setting up plays, Nagi finishing them with casual brilliance. During one match, Nagi pulled off a near-impossible volley, trapping a ball midair and scoring with acrobatic ease. Pure instinctive genius that can't be taught. Team V dominated their bracket. By the end of the round robin, Nagi was the top scorer, and they seemed unbeatable. This was Nagi in his comfort zone, doing just enough, letting Ryo handle the hard work. Then came the turning point. Against Team Z, led by Yoichi Isagi, Team V lost 5-4. For most people, losing a game isn't life-changing, but for someone who had never experienced failure, who had coasted through life on pure talent, this was seismic. For the first time, Nagi felt defeat, and instead of shrugging it off, something unexpected happened. He wanted to get better. This loss sparked something in Nagi that had never existed before: competitive drive. The once apathetic teen suddenly cared about improvement. Football had become more fun than mobile games, which, for Nagi, was the highest possible praise. This newfound motivation led to a decision that would alter his path forever. As Blue Lock entered its second selection, Nagi shocked everyone by teaming up with Isagi, the very person who had defeated him. This wasn't just strategy, it was betrayal. Ryo had discovered Nagi, nurtured his talent, and built his dreams around their partnership. Seeing Nagi join their former opponent was devastating, but for Nagi, this wasn't about loyalty, it was about growth. "I want to explore my limits," he explained. He was no longer content being Ryo's sidekick. He wanted independence. This forced Nagi out of his comfort zone. Without Ryo's perfect passes, he had to create opportunities himself. He formed a trio with Isagi and Barut, creating a competitive environment where all three pushed each other. During a match against Rin Itoshi's team, Nagi executed his signature fake volley, trapping a pass and launching a spinning shot into the net that left everyone stunned. By the end of second selection, Nagi had evolved from Ryo's sidekick into an independent threat. The boy who found everything too troublesome was now voluntarily seeking challenges. The apathetic teen was transforming into a hungry competitor. But Nagi's most spectacular moment and the beginning of his downfall was yet to come. Nagi earned a spot in the elite Blue Lock 11 to face Japan's U20 national team in a high-stakes match. This was his biggest stage ever. Packed stadium, national attention, everything on the line. He seized the moment spectacularly. He scored his team's first goal with a display of skill that left even professional spectators speechless, trapping the ball mid-air between two defenders, performing a 360-degree turn, and smacking an airborne shot straight into the net. This trap shot showcased everything that made Nagi special. The match ended in a 3-3 draw, a win for Blue Lock in overtime though, and Nagi was hailed as one of the program's top contenders. His popularity soared so high that he earned his own spin-off manga and eventual movie. He had transformed from a reluctant participant into one of the faces of Blue Lock. Following this success, Blue Lock launched the Neo-Egoist League, NEL. Nagi signed with England's Manshine City, coached by superstar Chris Prince, and reunited with Ryo. His defining NEL moment came against Bastard München, featuring his rival Isagi. In a one-on-one showdown, Nagi scored a wonder goal that completely outfoxed Isagi, a feint that sent him flying in the wrong direction, followed by a perfect shot past the world-class keeper. Coach Prince called it a goal worthy of the gods. For Nagi, this was the culmination of his growth. He had finally surpassed Isagi. Although Manshine ultimately lost the match, Nagi's performance stole the spotlight. His market value skyrocketed to 88 million yen, making him the second most valuable Blue Lock player. He shot up to rank number 2 in the NEL ranking, it seemed Nagi was destined for greatness. But this sensational goal, the very peak of his career, also marked the beginning of his downfall. The cruel irony of Nagi's story, his greatest triumph contained the seeds of his destruction. Having proven himself better than Isagi, Nagi's motivation began to falter. The Blue Lock program runs on ego and hunger. Nagi suddenly found himself satisfied. As Jinpachi Ego, the program's director, later observed, after his wonder goal, Nagi was mentally satisfied with his progress and believed he had overtaken Isagi. With no new challenge to chase, he stopped pushing himself. The fire that had been ignited by his first taste of defeat began to dim. In subsequent NEL matches, Nagi's performance stagnated while others continued to evolve. The fundamental problem? Nagi had always been unmotivated at his core. He needed external goals, and once those were missing, his old habits resurfaced. He trained less intensely and lost his creative edge. While others were developing new abilities, Isagi unlocking metavision, Baru mastering new tactics, even Ryo honing his copying ability, Nagi wasn't adding new weapons to his arsenal. A pivotal moment came in Manshine City's match against FC Barcha. Determined to shake off his slump, Nagi declared he would play alone and win with pure ego, but when confronted by multiple defenders, he hesitated. In that split second of doubt, he passed the ball, and it was intercepted. Meguru Bachira, who once admired Nagi's skill, snatched the ball and scored on a counterattack. Bachira then delivered a brutal truth. Nagi was so afraid of dying, losing on his own, that he failed to be a true egoist. By rejecting teamwork initially, then losing confidence in solo play at the crucial moment, Nagi showed neither teamwork nor true ego, a fatal combination. By the end of the Neo-Egoist League, Nagi's decline was evident to everyone. He plummeted to rank 24 in the final Blue Lock rankings. His value crashed to 24 million yen, a dramatic drop from 88 million yen. This placed him just outside the cut. Only the top 23 players would join Japan's U20 World Cup roster. Nagi became the highest profile elimination, literally the 24th out of 23 chosen. The moment was shocking. As the final rankings were announced, even Yoichi Isagi, now ranked first, was stunned to see Nagi missing. Ryo pleaded with Ego to reconsider, arguing that Nagi's talent was too great to discard. He was in tears, but Ego was unmoved. He explained that Nagi had nobody to blame but himself. His drive had withered, and in Blue Lock, complacency is death. Nagi's genius had faded due to his own mental contentment, leaving just an ordinary player. With that, Nagi was out. He quietly walked away from the facility, a devastated Ryo calling after him, and Isagi watching in disbelief. This was the downfall of Seishiro Nagi, from being the project's most effortless prodigy to being the last man cut. To grasp the future McDonald's employee's fall, let's compare his trajectory with his superior mates. Yoichi Isagi, once an underdog Nagi defeated, ended as the joint top-ranked player at 240 million yen, 10 times Nagi's final value. Rinatoshi matched Isagi at 240 million yen. Baru reached 150 million yen. Even Nagi's teammates Chigiri and Ryo surpassed him. Chigiri at 90 million yen and Ryo at 78 million yen. All of them made Japan's U20 team. All of them continued their journey. All of them surpassed the lazy genius who should have been leading them. While others evolved, Nagi peaked early and flatlined. His greatest weakness, his apathy, became his undoing. So what can we learn about this? That we should definitely do our homework so we won't end up as a gas station worker as Nagi? Nah. First, it's about talent versus drive. Blue Lock's answer is clear. Talent without drive will always lose to drive with talent. Isagi, with far less natural ability than Nagi, surpassed him through sheer determination and continuous evolution. Second, it's about the danger of complacency. Nagi's wonder goal satisfied him so completely that he lost his hunger. In competitive environments, standing still means falling behind. Third, it's about finding intrinsic motivation. Nagi's development was always triggered by external factors. Ryo's discovery, losing to Isagi, wanting to beat Isagi. He never developed his own passion for the sport itself. When those external motivators faded, he had nothing left. Most fans don't see this as the end of Nagi's journey. In the narrative, he departs with an offer from Manshine City to join their professional ranks, meaning he can continue to improve outside Blue Lock. The lingering question, will this dramatic failure finally ignite a sustainable fire in Nagi, one that comes from within rather than being sparked by others? Will the genius who despised hard work find a new ego and climb back to the top? Seishiro Nagi's journey remains unfinished in the pages of Blue Lock. His rise and fall offers one of the most compelling character arcs in sports anime, a natural talent who falls due to complacency rather than the typical underdog who rises through determination. It's a powerful reminder that in competitive sports, yesterday's genius is just today's statistic if they stop evolving. Nagi's story resonates beyond anime. We've all known naturally gifted people who never reach their potential. We've all seen promising careers stall because someone thought they'd made it too early, and many of us have realized that talent alone isn't enough. The world rewards consistent effort over sporadic brilliance. The tragedy of Seishiro Nagi isn't just that he failed, it's that he glimpsed what he could become and then let it slip away. The boy who trapped impossible balls couldn't trap his own potential. If you enjoyed this analysis, hit subscribe for more deep dives into complex anime characters. Drop a comment with your thoughts. Do you think Nagi will make a comeback? Remember, talent might give you a head start, but drive is what carries you to the finish line. Don't be a Nagi, don't let your potential remain just that, potential. Because even the greatest natural talent means nothing if you find improvement too troublesome.